Ross Lindsay, you are an estate agent business generation guru. You help loads of estate agents with their business generation. What is the difference between estate agency biz gen in a bear market versus a bull market? Talk to me.
In a bull market, we all know it's a really busy market, so things are going. You might
It's
not
what
think.
we're doing now, isn't it? Also
Absolutely.
2020.
Yeah, and after we're a relatively new business, and when I was putting the whole idea together, I thought, right, we're going to be doing this in a view to helping people because they haven't got enough instructions, so they need to go find them from areas where they wouldn't have done before. But when we ended up in this market, so now we've got to a position where we're supporting them by sweeping up on the stuff that they've missed because they're so busy. So initially it was, we've got a service that we can give you because you're not busy enough. Well, actually now we've got a service that we can give you because you're really, really busy and you're perhaps not maximising on every potential referral that you could get out of all your clients. So that's how it works in a bull market. In a bear market, then again, we're doing pretty much the same thing, but we go back through the old data, so it just becomes a longer story. So we go back in time further, for instance. So rather than helping them with the initial reactive work that they've got, we go back and go into the database.
Is that what you would recommend most estate agents do? Because let's be honest, in the spring of 2021, it is going to go quiet after the stamp duty and whatever's happening in the economy. What advice would you give to estate agents on going through that list? What are we doing? Have you put your house on the market? You put your house on the market, or is it a bit more subtle than that?
It's a bit more subtle than that. It's not a hard sell environment. It's a lines of communication environment. I think in terms of what we're doing now in preparation for then, you've got to be doing these calls all of the time, because when it does get quiet, and you're right, it's going to get quiet in my view as well, then you need to make sure that you've had those communicative conversations with these people.
It's almost that estate agents now need to start planting the seeds now.
Yeah, you're preparing now for 6 months' time.
But estate agents aren't very good they can't see beyond their pipeline. They're not very good at long term, are they?
No, that's why I'm saying they should do it.
What other tips do you have with regard to working in a busy or short market for estate agents when it comes to their business gen? Just actually do it.
Yeah, I think that's the key, is actually doing it, because so many don't. And there's so much data out, there's so much opportunity. I could probably have a call centre that's swept up after my call centre, because there's that much opportunity that's out there.
Why do you think estate agents do miss this opportunity?
Because they're so reactive. And I was guilty of that when I did it as well. I want to deal with the deal that I'm going to get today. I'm not really thinking in 6 months' time.
Because let's be honest, that the call centre that everyone looks up to is Chiswick Park with Foxtons, and they made a very good success of it through that, didn't they?
They did. Well, I mean, theirs is a slightly different model, because they'll have, if a telephone valuation inquiry goes in, it goes into Chiswick rather than going through the branch. So they get all of the inquiries that come in. We generate more than they probably generate in relation to people, percentagely, if you like, because they're actually reactive as well. So their call centre becomes reactive. So again, they could probably have a call centre that sweeps up after their call centre because they're so busy.
Oh. What do you think the future of business generation is in estate agency?
I think it's going to get more and more popular, whether you decide to do it on your own, if you've got enough staff to do it, or you decide
to outsource to firms like yours,
or you outsource to a firm like mine.
I have to say, for the record, because I'm not being paid to say this, other firms are available that will do business generation. I have to mention Prospect Engine, but likewise, vice versa. Next time I speak with Ish, I will mention your firm as well. So it's only fair. But there's not many of you out there doing it, are there?
No, there's very few.
It takes a particular skill, doesn't it?
It does, and I think it really starts from, blowing my own trumpet, but it starts from the top. You know you've got the type of people that you want to employ. You know the environment that you want to build. You know what people want, and you know what works and what doesn't work. I spent a long time looking at call stats, call data, success times during the week. All of those things take years and years of preparation and research to be able to then be effective.
What I'd say to you, boys and girls, is that it's going to get tougher in 2021. and data is everything, and you're probably sitting on shed loads of data that's not being farmed, not being used. And if you have not got the facility or the resources, you've seriously got to consider using an outsourced service like Ross's or Ishmael's to use that data, because as you've said, last year, you used to run one of the biggest London estate agents call center, contact centres. How much business did you get last year?
2019, we generated £3.9 million of income back into the branches, and we generated just over 8,000 valuations.
Okay, and you said it didn't cost 3.9 million to run, did you?
Not quite.
No. So check it out. Use your data. Get that business that you deserve, because it's bloody hard work being an estate agent out there. So seriously consider. And as I said, just for the record, not been paid to say this. I've just known Ross for a couple of years, and I've always been really impressed with what he does. So check him out. Thanks for your time today, Ross.
Thank you.